What is up, gamers? It's Electrified DVD, and today I've got quite an interesting video for you guys. But before I get into it, I just wanted to say I am sorry for the inconsistent uploads lately. There has been a ton going on. My hard drive and wireless receiver in my PC literally broke, and I haven't been able to fix it, and we've been trying to fix it, but hopefully it should be fixed soon. And I've also been going through, a lot of some stuff, been really busy with school and things like that. But hopefully soon I will be back to consistent uploads. I am really hoping that this Friday the PC will be fixed and this video should come up on Thursday. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into it. Now let's take a closer look at Icebox. Icebox, from your basic viewpoint, is a standard 3-lane map. You've got a lane to A site, a lane to B site, and a lane up mid. This map is most similar to Ascent or Split, where both of those maps have three clear and distinct lanes. What makes Icebox unique, however, are all the small pathways, nooks, and crannies that enemies or allies can both hide, camp, or use to rotate quickly and efficiently. When this map first arrived, there seemed to be many mixed feelings about its addition, and once it became fully playable, there was a general disliking towards it. With all the tight angles and spaces to look out for, as well as unique camping or rotating that wasn't previously in the game, it's a really hard map to get used to or generate solid strategies for. Both the nerf for Killjoy and Cypher also came at really inconvenient times. Because there are so many options to flank and rotate on Icebox, a good sentinel is necessary for success on this map. And with Killjoy and Cypher's new limitations on watching the flank, it can create many problems as a team if you are stalling at a site or trying to hold a site. However, it can be good on the defensive side for easier retakes. At the end of the day, success truly depends on a team's skill and how well they work together. But let's take a closer look at many of the factors of why Icebox is both a quality map and an excellent addition to spice up the competitive rotation. Let's start with A site. The area consisting of and leading up to A site is one of the largest indoor areas of any map. This site is very unique with its zipline that goes straight across the site. While most players won't use this zipline if the team is watching the site, the zipline provides a fast way to either rotate or flank, or if you're feeling gutsy, you can even push with the zipline. Another thing unique about this site is that you can actually plant on top of the box in the middle of the site. If a team can get this plant off, the defenders will have a much harder time trying to defuse a spike in such a strange area, evening out the playing field between attackers and defenders. This site also has a spot that you can parkour up to, which is called pipes, where you can pull off an unexpected peek as an attacker. Even though the site might feel overcrowded with obstacles and annoying angles to worry about, it really mixes up the way Valorant maps are played and exposes the players to new ways to play the game. And at the end of the day, the longer the map is out, the more strategies that will evolve, making the map more bearable for attack and defense. Now, let's take a look at B site. It's definitely one of the most open areas on the map. While the site itself isn't crowded, with only a single box in the center that you can plant atop of or on side of, the main entrance to B is incredibly crowded, with the gutter going right down B main along with the cubby next to the ultimate orb spawn. There are so many areas for the attackers to clear out if they were to push down B main. Not to mention the big yellow box on B side, where any agent can get on top of the box for a good peek, as I demonstrated in my best Sage Wall video. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. However, there is another much more viable option for B. If the attackers were to smoke or wall off mid, they are able to go under the ramp and push B site from mid. Because pushing B site off mid is easier than most maps, it leaves two quality options to push B site. This leaves the attackers not just more options, but with more safe options with less risk. For example, if you were to try and push B site on split from mid, there is a high risk of losing many teammates before reaching the site. But on Icebox, with just a few smokes, you can get most of your team pretty close to the site without risking losing your teammates. So, with more options for the attackers to mix things up when pushing B, it makes for a very unique site in the game, forcing players to mix up their strategies and styles just like A site does. The final lane to analyze is mid. Mid functions mostly like any other map in the game, where the defenders have a pretty good peek on the attackers, forcing the attackers to use flashes or smokes if they wish to push mid. What is unique about mid, however, is the ramp towards the beginning of the attacker's side. This ramp leads right up into kitchen, which can allow an attacker to flank very easily without someone watching that area. Something like a 2-3 split where 3 attackers go to B from mid and 2 go up ramp would be very effective, where the 2 going up ramp could easily secure a flank so that the 3 attackers pushing B side would only have to worry about clearing the site and watching the flank on their ground level. While it is possible to push A from mid, it is much more difficult because the pathway from A to mid goes deep into the defender side, so it would essentially mean securing the defender side spawn to allow for a good A side push. For the defenders, the wall where you can peek up onto mid is a great angle to hold, especially with an operator. Another thing to point out is that the back of the defender's side is really open with not a lot of obstacles to walk around, so the defender should be able to rotate relatively easy. Just worry about any attackers trying to pick you off in there, because that is definitely something that can happen. There's also a fence on B where defenders can peek across at unsuspecting attackers, which is also something to look out for. Overall, while Icebox has its downsides, it adds a very desirable mix-up of the map rotation and forces players to mix up their strategies and playstyles, which in the long run makes the game more exciting and keeps the game constantly changing. Icebox is a refreshing map that adds a lot of new things to the game that really switches up players' day-to-day gameplay from the pretty standard original 4 maps. The devs have also stated that they're going to push out more maps and faster than this one, which will be similar to Icebox in how they change the gameplay and meta of the game. I am, for one, very excited to see all of these new maps and see what Riot can do, as Icebox is just an introduction to these new types of maps, and we are going to see some crazy maps with some super awesome things, and I am so excited for all of that and all the new agents and new stuff. But don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to be covering all that when it comes out. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you go down below and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and check out all my socials in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and before we go, I just would like to thank you guys for on one of my recent videos. It is currently at 1.1 thousand views. That is actually insane. We're almost at 150 subscribers. And by the time this video goes out, it'll probably be even higher than that. So just thank you guys so much for that. It seriously means the world to me. And with that said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.